Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I feel like because of what this video is about, there's probably going to be a new audience to the Good Vibes Nine team. So let me just go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Good Vibes Nine, but you're probably gonna start calling me Radtech Nine because after 6 years I am going back to school and my major is radiologic technician. I'm excited. Right now I'm just playing the waiting game. I'm very excited. Yeah, it's been 6 years. Okay, so this video is about my application process. So if you want to know the whole background of it, this video is not about that, but like real quick, I'm gonna say it just real quick because I haven't been on here, you haven't seen me, and then I just pop up with this. But it's been 6 years since I haven't been to school. Everything is just high, and what I've been doing is not working for me. So I've been feeling like I want to go back to school. I want to go back for something useful. I don't know anybody that's in this field at all, but it's in the medical field, and like the demand for it is going up, and it looks worth it. It looks like I could be in the medical field, but like behind the scenes of it. So that's cool. I prefer to be behind the scenes instead of like the main character. I'd rather be behind the scenes. You need the behind the scene people to make, to make that main character. So everybody plays a part, and everybody's part is important and matters, in my opinion. So yeah, that's kind of how I really, like, if you want a whole detailed video, I'll do it separate, but as of right now, just to touch on it real quick, that's what it is. And I am going to vlog my journey. I'm gonna vlog my journey as much as I can. Mind you, like, I'm a student at this point. I'm a full-time student. I am in school, so my priority is not to be focused on vlogging it and getting everything. My focus is to be a student, be the best student I could be, succeed and graduate. And in the process, if there is a appropriate time to vlog it, I will. And if there is not, then yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'm starting this journey, and I would like to share it. I want to share the journey, but also like it's not really about sharing the journey for me. It's about, I like to record things and take pictures of things because I personally like to look back on it and see the growth, because time is flying. So I want to capture it as much as I can, honestly. And it just so happens I have a YouTube channel, okay? And that just gives me reason to actually do it, My application process and my program, and memory don't always be remembering. So I did write some stuff down. So I'm gonna start in order with the program, because when you decide that, hey, I want to go to school, this is what I want to go for, then you do your research. Here now, I have applied, I have found a school, I have applied to it, waiting on my acceptance letter because I just did the interview, and here we are now. I do have a vlog coming out of everything I'm talking about as far as the application process. Y'all see me actually doing it, okay? So first I picked a school, and for me, when it came to my college options, since I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what I was looking for in a program, I typed in, or somehow my mom found a list of regionally accredited radiologic technician programs in Illinois. Since that's where I live, that's the state I'm in Illinois. So I went on that list, and on the list, I think I could give you like a screenshot of what the list looked like, but one column had the degree. So it was associate's degree, bachelor's degree, associate's, like that was the program. So anything that had bachelor's on it, I crossed out to narrow down my list. Then the associate's degree they tell you if they're regionally accredited. So the ones that I saw were not regionally accredited was the next things I crossed off to narrow down my list. So now that my list is narrowed down, then I looked up every single school that was left and I typed it into my GPS from where I live, and I went off of that. So what was left was like schools that was 3 hours away, 4 hours away. So I'm like, no, that's too far. So then that narrowed the list down even more, and I was left with Malcolm X, South Suburban, Northwestern College, and some more. I know South Suburban was the closest. It's like really up the street, like maybe 5-10 minutes away. But for some reason, I knew I just didn't want to do South Suburban. Yeah, I just know I didn't want to do South Suburban for my own reasons, but I just knew I didn't want to. So the next closest one was the school that I went with now, and I called them. There was actually another school that I was considering, but they just didn't get back to me how this school did. So once I called them, and they were very detailed when talking to me. They answered all my questions, and they were very quick with getting back to me with things and sending things over. They've been very quick this whole time. So I knew, I'm like, that's what I want. That's the school I want to go to, because as a student, if I ever run into any issues or anything, then I want to make sure like they're going to get back to me quick. I'm not just going to be left out here, you know, trying to figure it out because nobody's getting back to me. So that's how I decided on my school. And okay, so after I picked a school, I went on to their website and looked at their radiologic technician program that they offer. And just like, it was very detailed. It had everything that I needed answered to. So even seeing that website confirmed that, okay, this is the school I want to go to. Like, just look at, they provide all the answers that I need to answer my questions about their radiologic technician program. And you would think that all the websites was like that, but no, it was some websites where I had to click here to figure it out and click there to figure it out, and it's not saying. So this school did not have that. Their website on this particular career had everything, so that did make me want to go with it even more. Now that I've chosen a school, so now when I choose a school and I'm going with their program, I know what to expect with their program just from what they've shown me. I don't really know because I'm not in there yet, but it's coming. So about my program, my application process. So after I called the school and started the enrollment process, I had to send my ID, my high school diploma, and my transcripts. And that was just for proof that I did graduate high school. After I did that, I told her what I wanted to major in, radiology technician. Then to get into that program, there was a TEAS exam that I had to take. And for the radiology technician program, for the TEAS exam, you had to get a 58.7% or higher to get into the program. So I took my TEAS exam until I got that score. You can only take it 3 times. After that, I don't think you considered, but you can only take it 3 times. So I used up my little 3 times. Finally got in. It's in a vlog. And then after that, it was my letter of purpose and my letter of recommendation. And then after that, it was the interview, which I just did the interview. Today is Sunday. I just completed my interview process on Thursday. So the interview process was a part of my application process. In doing my research, I have learned that not everybody has this process, but it was a part of my process. And I don't know if that's a part of this program that's associated with the school, if that's a part of their process, or if it has something to do with my GPA. So I had to do an interview, or, you know, like, or if some of the students that's in the same program as me, if they had a good GPA, so they didn't have to do this part. That I don't know, but the interview part of applying, the application process was a part of my process. Now, when it came to this part, just so I could get an idea, I was looking for radiology technician student interview stuff to help. I don't really see too many videos out there about it. So it's very important to me that I touch on this just a little bit longer, okay? So once you pass your TEAS exam, your next step is your interview. Now, the interview, they had set days and set times, so they let you know what day and time. If you can't do that day or time, then they have to let you know what's the next day or time they can do. And it was a week out for me. So, like, I was worried, like, I should have took the first date, because how many are they doing that they already accepted, you know, like, have I messed it up, you know? So I was worried about that, but there was nothing I could do. I had to take the second date. So I took the second date. And so the way that I prepared for the interview, I just treated it like a regular job interview. And if you've been on an interview before, then you know they ask you, so tell me your 5-year plan, tell me about yourself, why this, you know, whatever the career is, why this career, what made you choose it, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. So I was freaking out because I didn't know what to expect. But like, my mom, she helped me, and she was like, just treat it like a regular interview. You know, common questions asked in a job interview is, you know, what I just told you. Tell me about yourself, your strength, your weakness. Why'd you choose this? Why should we hire you? Questions like that. So before, when they tell you that this day and this time you're having your interview, my program, I don't know if everybody's like this, but they set up a mock interview for me. Now, this mock interview for me, it worked and it didn't work. Let me tell you why. So I was freaking out about the interview because, like, it's an interview, and sometimes you go for job interviews. The interview determines if you get it or don't get it. So I was freaking out about it. I haven't done an interview in a while, so I was really nervous. You know, the more interviews you do, the better you get at it. But for me, I haven't done an interview in like maybe 2-3 years. No, maybe 2. So since it's been 2 years, like, I was really feeling nervous about it because I really wanted it. So after doing the mock interview, this is why it helped me and it didn't help me. I felt worse after the mock interview because who I interviewed with, the things that she was saying to me had me very concerned. Like, we're interviewing, and so I didn't know at the time, but she actually gave me questions from the actual radiology technician interview I was going to have. That was super helpful. I remembered all of them. I even wrote them down as we was doing it, so I was able to prepare for those questions. So when they came up in the real interview, I was prepared. The part of this mock interview that had me feeling worse, which I feel like a mock interview should have you feeling more prepared, but it had me feeling worse because the things that she was saying. She was like, so have you ever had an emergency situation? And like, I'm already nervous, so I couldn't think of it off bat, so I told her no. But when I got off the phone with her talking to my mom named a few, and I'm like, oh, okay. So when talking to her, when I told her no, not that I can think of, then she was like, ugh. She's like, that may hurt you, you know, because they want someone with medical experience, and you don't have any medical experience at all. You know, so at that point, that had me concerned, even though it wasn't making sense, but it still was concerning me because I feel like she know what she's talking about. So I don't know. So then she was like, well, if you don't have medical experience, then at that point, they're probably just going to go based off your transcripts. So let's pull up your transcript. She on the phone looking for my transcripts. Well, I thought she was looking for high school transcripts, but apparently she was looking for college transcripts. But if you knew or read up about me, you would know I don't have college transcripts, which is why I have to do my prereqs at the same time that I do the program. So I feel like my bun look crazy. So she's looking for the transcripts. So while she's looking for the transcripts, I pull up my transcripts because I keep forgetting what my GPA was. And I pull up my transcript, I'm feeling even worse now because I'm like, oh my God, if they look at that transcript, if they focusing on the GPA, like, this ain't gonna go good. It's sad. Then I'm feeling worse. Then she says, oh, you haven't done college classes at all. I can't find a transcript for you. I was like, no, I haven't. That's why I have to do prereqs. I'm doing my prereqs at the same time that I'm completing the program because they told me that I was able to. So she was like, oh, you don't have no medical experience. You don't have no college credits. Yeah, I don't know. She was like, one of the questions you may want to ask them is, how will this hurt you? So at that point, I'm feeling very discouraged at that point. I am not gonna lie. I'm feeling very discouraged. I'm feeling very worried. I feel worse than before. Yeah, so I called my mom. I explained all that to her. She's like, no, that don't make sense. No, no, no. So she had me call the lady that I've been working with for admissions. And yeah, so make a long story short, my mock interview to prepare for my real radiology technician student interview to get into the program, the mock interview comes first, then you have your real interview. Mock interview is supposed to help you prepare for your interview. And I recorded my whole interview because it was virtual. So if some way, somehow y'all want that uploaded to help y'all, just comment below. So yeah, long story short, my mock interview, it helped me and it didn't. It helped me because I had all the questions that was gonna be asked. I had every single one. Every question that she asked me, it was not one that they didn't ask me in real life. So that helped me a whole lot. It made me very comfortable, very prepared. Nothing caught me off guard. What didn't help is the person that was interviewing me, responses and the things that she was saying, that just made me feel worse. But whatever, that's that interview process. And I don't think that I have yet to mention that my program allows me to do my prereqs at the same time as doing my radiologic technician program. So they combine it. So I was concerned that, because not every program is like this, I was concerned that I would have to do my prereqs, which is 2 years for the associate's degree. And then after the 2 years, I would have to go into the 2-year program for my career, which is a total of 4 years. And that's what I was concerned about. But I ended up finding a program that combines the two and lets you complete both in 2 years. Okay? Now let's carry on with the rest of what I was trying to explain to you. Now this week, Monday to Friday, at some point I am going to get that email to find out if I am officially in the program, okay? As you can tell, I'm excited. So about this program, my radiology technician program, I got it written down, y'all. It's a 2-year program. It's 8 quarters for over a course of 24 months. So it's a 2-year program. You need 100 credited hours. I do have to take prereqs. My prereqs will include English 100, communications, anatomy and psychology 1 and 2 with lab, health 141 and 245, and then life skills college 104 and 295, math 112, and social science 200. The program accepts no more than 20 students, so I did like that it was a small class size. It's a 2-year associate's degree in applied science. Okay, like I was saying, I'm not sure if I said this before, but the school that I went with and the radiologic technician program that they offer, their program is regionally accredited. So that's the ARCERT accredited, which is Joint Review Committee on Education in Radiologic Technician. This was important to me because that means that they're regionally accredited. Me personally, some radiologic technician programs are nationally accredited or regionally accredited, but regional is higher than national. So for examples, one of the things that this means is that 2 years when I graduate, I get my associate's degree. I started my radiologic technician program, and then at any time in 6 years, I could decide I'm gonna go back to school. I could pick up where I left off. So the 2 years I went for, I could do another 2 and get my bachelor's. Whereas national, if I do my 2 years, get my associate's degree in radiologic technician, and I don't go for 6 years, and then 6 years later decide I want to go back, I'll have to completely start that 4 years over. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. What else? Okay, so the program, you have to maintain 80% is a C. So I'm not sure, but I think that that's a pretty harsh grading system, which would mean they're pretty competitive. The college that I went with, it is a private college, which I wasn't aware of because on the website, nothing makes it obvious. But when I went and I was talking and getting the tour, they did tell me that it is a private college, which makes sense why it's a lot. It's costing me a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so remember, this is just my application into radiology technician school. I haven't started, so there's only so much I can tell you, and all I could tell you is the getting into it process. So so far what I know is that after this week, when I get my acceptance email, it starts the end of June, and then clinicals for me will start in September. So I'll be in the radiologic technician school for 2 months before my clinicals actually start. And also in this program, clinicals, because it tells me on the website, so that's how I'm able to tell you this stuff, but my experience in it, I won't actually be able to talk about that until I actually start. But I know that the program clinicals, to have completed 1,350 hours of clinicals, and then clinicals change each quarter. So while I'm editing, this is what's happening. While I'm editing this video, I'm realizing that there's things that I'm not mentioning, that when I did my research and watched a lot of YouTube videos, it was nice to know, because I didn't even think about that until I saw it being said in someone's video. So like as I'm editing this, I'm like, dang, I didn't even mention that. So that's why y'all see me popping up looking different every time, because I'm adding it in there. But also when it comes to my program, when I say clinicals change, I mean that every quarter, so there's, in the whole 2 years, there's 8 quarters over the course of 24 months. Your clinical location, the location for this program is going to change every quarter. So every quarter, I'm going to be at a different clinicals that's going to have their own schedule. So my schedule is going to change every quarter, based off of this clinical site. I may work weekends, but now when that quarter is over, I'm at a new clinical site where I may not. So just to be clear on that. And also another thing I wanted to mention is my school does provide the scrubs. I don't know if every program is like that, but when I did the tour of the college and the program, it's all that money that I pay for the school it's covered in that. So, and their scrubs are like a dark green, if I remember correctly. It was a Caribbean green. That's what it's called, Caribbean green. They gave the island girl the Caribbean colors. So yeah, and then also my program, some people's program had a certain nursing shoe color. Some people's programs did not. My program, it does say, I looked at this once I found out, it does say like you could wear tiny hoops. It doesn't say anything about lash extensions. I saw some girls, they cannot wear lash extensions, and I saw some can. So mine don't say anything about that, so that I don't know. But I do know when it comes to the nursing shoe, it say a white leather nursing shoe. So I've just been looking for those. What else? Oh, and you even talk about nails. Like your nails, you could wear nails. They just have to be short and like a neutral color where they're not poking nobody and where they still professional. Just to let y'all know. Okay, thanks for watching. It is full time. So yeah, my people, my family is home now, so I don't have a quiet house to myself. So I'm gonna hurry up and go. Any questions or tips or anything, you can leave them down below. Any video ideas, leave them down below. Thanks for clicking this. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, tell me what brought you to this video. If you're considering it, or if you just got accepted, or if you just started, or you just finished, let me know.